All right, welcome to another episode of my podcast. And today we'll be discussing about Nigeria. And with me is someone who is passionate. When you engage him, you will have a meaningful conversation, exhaustive conversation, a conversation that are meaningful that a lot of us will learn something from. Uh, Welcome to my podcast. Thank you for
Nice
coming.
meeting you.
All right,
It's a pleasure.
yeah, good. Um, the rationale behind this, surrounding this today's episode is let's talk about Nigeria.
Okay.
And I will start off by telling you or asking you why is it that Nigeria always produces bad leaders?
Why do Nigeria always produce bad leader?
Yes.
Well, for me, I'm someone who constantly reevaluate my prejudices. So, and when because I self-reflect a lot, so I'm someone who self-reflect and self-correct. So, I try to be very careful how I define things. I'm a very, some people say I'm complex, but I don't think I am. I just like to be careful. I think I would rather rephrase that question. Don't mind me, if you permit me. I think because we need to then define what is bad or good. I think let's start with why do we have the kind of leader that we have?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's
Uh, that's fair
yeah,
enough.
maybe that's fair, because again, we need to be careful how we are defining what is bad or good. So bad or good is relative. Is
Uh,
relative. So you have to have a basis. On what basis? So if usually bad or good, it depends on the context. So is it in the context of God? Is it the context of purpose? Is it in the context of what we want? If if I don't if I don't want to be successful, success is not good. So we have to, and it's important to our conversation. We need to be able to define things properly. So I think we should stick with why do we produce the kind of leader that we produce?
yes.
Because it's obvious that most of us don't like the kind of leaders we produce.
Most of us we
So
don't.
we can then come to that conclusion: are they bad or good leader?
Definitely that bad.
Well, I beg to disagree, but our conversations will judge maybe they are bad or good.
Okay. All right.
So again, if there's a reason why we have the kind of leaders we have, there is no society in the world. Because again, I've lived in different worlds. I've seen different societies. I've worked with people from different culture. I lived most of my life in Nigeria. Even while in Nigeria, I've worked with different governments. I've worked with Nigerian governments. I'm not that old, but I'm very young, and I think I'm quite fortunate to have that kind of experience. I work with government before. I've sat in meetings with vice deputy governors before. I've so I kind of understand how people from different and diverse background how they react. And there is no nation that I've seen in my study that their leaders are different from their common average people. So, so to answer your question, Nigeria produced the kind of leader that represents them. It's just the truth. We produce the kind of leader that we deserve. It's not no country in the world that I've seen that has magical leaders. Because leaders are not born, they are made.
So you are trying to say that our leaders are the reflection
Exactly.
of the population.
Yeah. That's what I believe.
But
And it's not only true for Nigeria, it's true for most nations that I know.
okay, let me give you an example.
Okay.
The other day I was going through a pages of the newspaper
Okay.
in the UK, for example. They printed the countries or nations that are into criminal activities in the UK.
Okay.
And first 20, Nigeria is not there.
At all.
So if you say that the population reflects the leaders we produce, how come when Nigerians travel abroad, they kind of behave well?
I don't think You see,
and
again,
try to be on the side of law
okay,
instead of
again,
doing the opposite.
again, behave well is very, don't mind me. I can be very funny. Behave well, we can judge that. But again, I don't think Nigeria behave differently. I don't think so. I don't. I don't think Nigeria generally behave differently. It's just the law. It's not about them. It's about that they cannot. It's just you can't do what you can't do. It's the culture of the place they are that constrains them. Every Nigeria is the same. But that no, let me say every Nigeria. Most Nigerians are the same. Most of us are the same. To be fair, including myself, most of us are generally the same. Especially most of us from the south. In my opinion, the only difference really in Nigeria is north and south in terms of cultural values and behaviors. But generally, those in the south, we are all the same. So, again, that's why I don't agree because I don't believe that Nigerians are bad people. That's why I don't believe. I don't want us to define our leaders are bad. That's bad.
But
not yet. Not yet. We can at the end of the day agree that leaders are bad. Then we must be able to also say that the people are bad. That's my take.
Okay, I picked something from what you just said. The law. Why not we make that same law in our society back home?
You can't litigate away social norms and cultural values. You can't use law to change a belief system. It doesn't happen. And I think fundamentally, if we have a problem, again, I want to be very careful of making general statements. I don't want to say that our problem is. So if we have a problem, I think the problem will be we make laws that do not necessarily agree with our cultural values, which then makes us look like bad people. I'll explain what I mean by that.
Please explain. Yeah.
What we do in Nigeria, maybe because of our history of colonization, is that we see the result of a different society that has different value system. Now, that result is a consequence of their value system, of their cultural value system, of their belief system. That is what brought about the law. Normally in a society have their values. They now make law to checkmate excesses of that value. But what we do is we look at that society and see results. And that's because they had these results because they had this law. We now carry that law and replicate it in our society. And I'll give a perfect example. I'm from southwestern part of Nigeria, so I don't want to generalize that this will happen in most Nigeria. So I can say for a fact that this will happen where I was born. On a normal day in the streets of Ibadan, because I'm from Ibadan. If I'm driving, I give this example a lot. If I'm driving without a driver's license, and a policeman stops me, let's assume magically the policeman is a good policeman.
Yeah.
And he now wants to follow the law. This law, which is Western.
Yeah.
He wants to follow the law. And he says, young man, stop. Where is your driver's license? And I say, I don't have driver's license. And he says, okay, I'm sorry. I'll have to arrest you because you have broken the law. The first thing, an average Ibadan man, don't let me say Nigerian now, because I don't want to generalize. Maybe that might not be true for every part of Nigeria. The first thing an average Ibadan man will start begging. Why is he begging? Because in his belief system, in that culture, we believe that once you do something and you apologize, especially if it's the first time, in that system, in that culture, that society believes, you won't beg a policeman here because you won't even think about it. It is not in that system. So an Ibadan man will beg the police officer and say, please. And if the police officer now wants to be, quote and unquote, the good Nigeria that we are saying, and says, no, I want to follow the law. What will start happening? You start seeing people around start begging on his behalf. The society. Why? Because the society believes that as long as that man has apologized, he should be forgiven. That means the society does not agree with the law.
Because people around are so.
That means that law
mouth.
is not that law is not like they are against the law, but it is not a belief system. It's not how we think. But let me shock you. I'll give two examples now. If that man, let's say that man forgives him, which will be breaking the law, but the society agrees he's a good man. If that man forgives him, and the next
say you're a nice man, people will tell you you're a nice man.
If that man now forgives him and they let him go, if it's the second time, if you mean it is the people by themselves. You see that our society and cultural system also has a way to checkmate things. Only that we are different. So that's why I say that the issue we have is that we are importing systems that contradict with our belief system. It now looks like we are lawless people. We are not. That's why I say we have to define what is good or bad. It is belief. People act based on how they believe. And I'll give you a very good example. Go to the street of Nigeria today. I'm not against gay people. I'm not against people who have different sexual orientation. But go to the street of Ibadan today and say you are a gay. You will be mocked. Why? The society believe that is wrong. That means Nigeria has no problem correcting wrong that they believe. Any wrong in the society that persists, the society does not believe is wrong. So, if the police officer decides to follow the law, the society in Ibadan, let me be very specific, will say he's a bad man. So where will the good police officer come from? So that's why I said, I think if we have a problem, our problem is just a mismatch of value system. We need to sit down and agree what we want and agree who we are. I think the problem is we have not agree who we are. Which is what is changing. Like I said, I reevaluate myself.
Yeah.
This thing I'm saying, I probably will not say it maybe 5-6 years ago. I think differently. I feel that Nigerians have problem, but I don't think we have problem. I think our problem is we have not been able to agree that we are different and develop a natural system within our culture that can checkmate us.
Yeah. Then how do
we have defined progress and success in the Western way? That's our problem.
Yeah.
Everything we call success is Western. So that's why we're having, I call it value mismatch, identity crisis. We are not sure of who we are. We have not agreed with who we are. So what we are doing is we are copying. We see Nigeria, we just see India do something. Hey, we want it to be done. It didn't just get done like that. There is something that happened. The day I came to this country, after 1 week, I wanted to cry. I think I can say this. I was like, these people are not really us. Why are these people better than us? I don't agree. These people are better than us. Like I was stunned my first 2-3 weeks in this country. I'm like, it's their value system. It's the way they believe. It's how they, and that's what dictate how you behave. Is what they want. An average Nigeria in this country, his aim is to gather as much money as possible. I'm not saying that is wrong. That is what we want. An average Western, no, let me say West, an average British is okay as long as he can eat and drink and wait for the next payday. So you cannot be pursuing the same thing because you are different people. So I think we need to, first of all, define who we are, what we want. That's when we can now determine what is good or bad.
Yes. So how do we go about it?
Again,
because it's a long way to go. This thing has every sector of our country is imported. Every sector.
You see that importation also.
So how do we start, holistically, bringing our values, making laws that suits us, our value system? How do we go about it so that at the end of the day, we can be proud of where we come from?
Yeah, we can and we should, because I'm very proud. I consider myself a very patriotic Nigerian anyways, but it's a complicated, it's not hard, but it's also hard because again, it's still leadership that will change it. And that's why me, I believe that the kind of leader, I think the ideal leader, my opinion, the ideal leader in Nigeria is not an economic leader. It's a leader that will do that will work more with national orientation. It's not the leader that will, in my opinion, the ideal leader in Nigeria is a leader that is highly motivated, highly patriotic, and is not going to be someone who is savvy with the economy. It's probably economy may not even probably do well, but it's over time. It's a long term thing. With time, things will just catch up. The kind of leader that I think we need is a leader that will take us back to our identity, who we are. You know, you have to first agree with who you are first. That's when you know maybe you even need to change. Most Nigerians don't even have not agreed with who we are. Most Nigerians don't know that nepotism is not a problem. With every Nigeria believe in nepotism. So why is nepotism then wrong?
Because of we are different people. It's common interest, so different people should be represented.
No, that's not even that. I understand. No, I still. I'm not even talking about even in intra-type. I'm talking about. I'm from Ibadan now. I'm governor of Oyo State, and Ibadan boy or Oyo State or anywhere in Oyo State, and I'm governing people. In my culture, it is normal that when I get to a place, I take my family. It's not a bad thing. So why do we say it's bad?
Because other people are involved.
Okay, maybe I didn't say it very well. There is almost no Nigerian. There is almost no indigene of Oyo State, because I like to be very specific. There is almost no indigene of Oyo State that will become, if I become a governor today, and the life of my brother doesn't change, the whole society will say I'm a bad person. If I now become a governor and still try to help my brother, the same society will hypocritically now say I'm a bad person. Whereas I'm not doing anything different from what everybody will do. Which is now the problem, which is why I think the problem is for us is we only complain when the results of our belief system start manifesting. So what does nepotism do? It segregates. It's not fair. It doesn't give room for everybody. It doesn't give a fair playing ground. So if I'm not part of the family, I will complain. But if I'm part of the family, I will not complain. So it's not that I have problem with nepotism. I am just complaining about me being affected, which is most what happened with Nigeria. Our complaint is not to change. Our complaint is about the fact that we are affected.
Okay, but this is our belief system. It is not 100% right. Some of our belief system are wrong. You've just mentioned the nepotism.
You know one thing I did not do. I try not to use the word wrong.
Okay.
What I'm trying to paint here is this is who we are. Is that what we want? If that is what we want, let's move on, and there's a natural consequence of how we are. We shouldn't complain about it. But if this is who we are and we don't want it, then we should change. So it is when we say we don't want it that is now wrong. But if we really, which is what I have seen, Nigerians that I know, most Nigeria will change figure at any instance. So it's not a problem.
But let me come to think of it.
Yeah.
Let me use the governors.
Okay.
There are some governors
Okay.
that will come into power.
Okay.
The people will rejoice.
Yeah. I know. Rejoice, but not.
People will rejoice. People will be happy. This man is doing well. But there are many that are not doing well. Everybody.
I beg to agree and disagree anyway.
So among we Nigerians,
Okay.
though we have our own belief system,
Okay.
there are some people that still want to, when they get to power, they still want to do good.
I really
Using the imported version of wherever we imported anything, they still come to power, they still do good.
Okay. The way I understand your question, let me paint two scenarios the way I understand your question. For one, because I'm somebody who try not to judge people's intention. Because that's very, very hard to do. You don't know someone's mind. My action might be wrong, but I might have good intentions. Yeah, it's possible.
Action wrong.
And intention is right. So I'll give a very good
right.
example. In this country, if you take cane and hit a child, it's wrong.
It was right before.
I'm saying for now.
Until when they started
At least for now, it's wrong. But we can't judge that wrongness. You can't judge the intention of the wrongness of that. It's the person that knows. He may be doing it out of love, and that's how I know how to express love.
Okay.
So my action can be wrong. So I try not to judge intentions. I try as much as possible. That's the kind of person I am. I'm a very fair person. I try not to judge people's intention. I just stick to your action.
Okay, the actions are wrong.
So I don't want to believe, because I've really not met a Nigerian, and because I actually sincerely believe that most of our leaders are like our average Nigerians. I have not really met a Nigerian that doesn't want Nigeria to be good. I don't think so. Even the one that is stealing. I don't really believe that politicians just go and say, I want Nigeria to be destroyed. I don't think so.
But they destroy it by their actions.
Like I said, that's why I said it. We have to be careful what we are judging. Are we judging their intentions or their actions? That's why I'm trying to separate it. Now, why can their action be wrong? Most time is because of who they are. And they are not different from us. That's what I'm trying to paint. They are not. I've seen a situation which changed me forever. Sitting down with, I will not mention the state, sitting down with the deputy governor, because I work with an international organization that helps the state government, that funds the state government, because they fund the state government, and we know that civil servants, they do anyhow. So they employ people like us to ensure that that fund is well managed.
Yeah.
And I've seen where governor wants to do the right thing and is struggling. He has to take care of interests. And I could see his intention. And I could see how he couldn't do it. So, and because I'll give a very good example. One of the most patriotic Nigeria, is one of the Nigerians that I respect, former NAFDAC boss. She's of late now.
Yeah.
Dora Akunyili.
Yeah.
Imagine what that woman did in NAFDAC. Cleaned NAFDAC. And that's what I tell you. Even if by mistake, a bad society gets a good leader, it's just for a while. Because it's a systemic thing. Can you really say after the death of Dora Akunyili, he spent almost 8 years on that seat? It's not up to, I don't know, I can't remember, but I know he spent more than 4 years on that seat, cleaning that seat. If you go back to NAFDAC now, can you see the traces of Dora Akunyili? It's a systemic thing. Even if you have a good leader that you want, that ideal leader you want in Nigeria, because it's a societal issue. You can't litigate away society. You have to first change or educate that society to change. If you cannot do it, it will not work. If every Nigerian believe that today, don't let me say every, because it's not possible. In the society, there will be wrong people. If majority of Nigerians today says that, okay, no to wrongdoings, we will shame and name. It will start from families. It's going to start from small society. Try and create a WhatsApp group and try to be a good person in Nigeria. Try and create a group of 5 people and try to be somebody who follow due process and see how you will be. See how they will finish you. So that shows you that they don't want good process. So who is now the leader they are looking for? You understand my point?
I guess so.
So it's a deceit when we tell ourselves. The problem I think we have is we are suffering. We are feeling the heat. We are complaining. That's it. It ends there. We don't want good leader. It's my opinion. If the good leader appear in Nigeria today, we will not know. Because he's not going to do what we want. Because he's going to do what is against our belief system. And we are going to rebel.
How do we now correct this? What is
That's why I said it's very complicated. Maybe a leader who, maybe by by luck. You know, there's always a odd one out.
Or maybe changing the constitution.
Who is going to change the constitution? It doesn't work that
Go
way.
back to Republican.
It's not. It doesn't. It's not. Law does not. Law does not change the society. Law. I'll give you a very good example in this country to help to show you that it's not law. Most places in this country, I want to show you the effect of a society. Most of us consider the place that we are a more lawful country. At least we believe that it's a more lawful country than Nigeria, and I think so, statistically. In this country, most public places, it is illegal to smoke. Most public places. In hospitals, I've gone to hospitals and they say, even in the premises,
Even in the
you are not supposed to smoke. But everybody smoke because everybody believes you should smoke. It is like that. You cannot litigate away what people believe and agree on. It will not. Nobody is going to report it. But try in this country, carry a learner and drive on this road alone, reverse, just be doing anyhow. The citizen is not police. It's the citizen that will call the government for you because he believes what you are doing is wrong. It's a belief. It's a societal issue. Our problem is societal. It's not a leader. I don't agree. Some people will disagree with me. I don't agree that our problem is fundamentally leadership. Obviously, leadership will change it. Leadership is a secondary problem in Nigeria. It's not a primary problem. It's just like saying that somebody who has malaria, headache is the problem. It's not mosquito that is even the problem. It's dirty environment that is breeding the mosquito. So leadership is a secondary problem in Nigeria. It is. So, like I said, what's the solution? If by luck we can't have a leader who is trusted enough and motivated and patriotic enough to convince Nigeria to change. One. Or number two, we get to a point where we now, all of us, just the way we can rebel now. Because there was a time in Nigeria that I know that politicians can go about and flaunt wealth anyhow. But now Nigerians have decided that they will call them out. And they have started hiding. Now, an average politician does not want you to know he's wealthy because he will know they will call him out. It's not more than that. The day Nigerians agree, our politicians will follow. It's not that hard. Our politicians we think we don't change them, is a lie, we do. The day Nigerians agree now that if you drive wrongly on the road, I will call police for you. The police will not be able to do anyhow. Police will be, because you can't hide now. Where do you want to hide? You think these people don't want to do wrong too? But the general society, it is wrong. It is very hard to take 10 British people in any society and do something corrupt among them because you'll be scared. One of them will. But in our country, you can bribe everybody from beginning to end. Because it's what we believe.
And do you think poverty is also part of the problem?
I disagree. It's value system. Poverty doesn't change. Okay, if poverty is the problem, why are people who are rich still stealing?
Because they don't want to be poor any longer.
I don't think some of them were born in the wealth. They don't even understand poverty. Some of these people were. Do you know some of these people don't understand poverty? It's not everybody is like us. Some people were born in wealth. Poverty is not a problem. Poverty doesn't make people change their values. Okay, what money can I give you? Let me give you a very good example. What money can I give you? Name it. You say people have price, right? I don't believe so. It's your value that is your price. Your price is the value system you have, your belief system. What amount can I give you for you to marry your sister?
No amount.
See, when people say poverty, no. It is belief system.
But some people will agree.
That's their belief system. That's what
I mean, among us, some people will.
I'm not saying sleep. Don't get me wrong. Marry. People have married their sister. There's some culture that marry their sister now.
Okay.
You don't get me.
People will gather. They do the normal.
They are long cousin people. There are societies that do it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm facing you now.
Okay.
And you know this will happen to. This answer will be no for majority of Nigeria. You will almost not deny it.
It's true.
Why? It is what you believe. Money cannot buy your belief. It's a lie. See, forget what people say. How they act is who they are. Nigerians are not different. You know what we are doing? We are just looking for who to blame. That's why we blame our leaders. We're just looking for who to blame. They are not different from us. there is, okay, tell me one thing that you can say we've had, and I don't, when I say leader, I don't want you to look at the president, leadership in Nigeria. Just look at leadership generally in Nigeria, from governors to, tell me one thing that is happening to those people that is strange. That you if you are very sincere enough, ask yourself, you do it. So that's why I said that. If all of us are doing it, then why is it bad?
Stealing public fund.
Some people may not steal. You see, I don't want. It may not be specifically. Some people will not steal public fund because public fund is not the only. Because some people believe that as long as they don't steal public fund, they are not corrupt. Though some people will not employ somebody because they are of their age. That is anti-progress, or that is anti-Western progress. You can't have a society like that, and you now envy a Western progress. That Western progress is because of Western culture. So if you want a Western progress, then start having Western culture. Or define your progress. That's why I said good or bad is not the way to put it. It's about what do we want. So what we want is going to determine what we will do and what we accept. And I believe very strongly, the day Nigerians are ready, our leaders will change. We are not ready. I don't think we are. We're just complaining. We're just tired. We are just feeling, maybe get to a point, it will push us to a point. And we'll now start thinking. It's the same way we are carrying out. There is an atmosphere in Nigeria now that once you're in leadership position, there is a beam light on you. It has never been like that before. It's part of development too. You see, the same way that beam light, once Nigeria have gotten to a place that we can now carry that beam light and put it on every individual, that way, they don't finish. Leaders will change. They will not have a choice. Let me tell you, politicians are the same all over the world. They want only one thing, power. Now, what they will give what is different in society is what the politician will give in exchange for that power. Some society only demands good governance. So because that society only demands good government, the politician is forced to give good government to have power. Some society does not demand good government. What do they demand? Tribal, just flaunt them with tribal, religious emotions, sway them, make them feel good. You might even be doing the wrong thing, make them feel good, they will accept you. So, the politicians are not different, in my opinion.
You've just given an example of Nigeria's society.
So, is that good or bad? I don't know. Let us determine it. Because, you know why I'm being careful of? I want to be very careful of defining progress by the West. Because they have different value systems. And I don't want us to be in that trap of defining what is good or bad for us by what the West thinks is good or bad. Because that trap also has its own pitfall. I'll give you an example now. America believes in, quote and unquote, they say they believe in freedom, they believe in fairness.
Freedom.
But if it will affect who they are, it is not corrupt. It can go into another person's country and bomb it. That one is good. So that's why I say good is determined by what you want. We have to define what you want. So don't let people. I don't want a society, a situation where Nigerians start, because that's what is happening. And sometimes that's how we judge our leaders, which is wrong in my opinion. We are judging our leaders based on the West. Let us judge them based on our value system. And for us to also judge them, we have to first agree our value system. And I think that's the problem. We have not agreed with our value system. We are still having identity crisis. So I think one day it will happen. Nigerians are going to be pushed into the world, or like I always say, maybe this Japa if we are lucky enough for some people to japada, that creates a society where some children already have this thinking system. Maybe they are the one that will affect those change in the future. Maybe, I don't know, because there has to be another one. I don't believe that. I believe that it's somebody from Nigeria who has the same values that we can change Nigeria, but not the way we are thinking, not the kind of change we want. Is it that Western change we want? It's not possible with our value system.
Wow. So we still have a long
way to go. The day we determine that leadership, in fact, in my opinion, our solution comes the day we generally believe that leadership is not our problem.
That is individual.
I don't want to call it a society. I want to call it society.
Society.
I'll give an example. Do you know in my culture, in my own, where I come from, as an adult, I cannot be wrong to a younger person.
No matter what you do.
And most people in my culture believe that. What does that mean? In my culture, power, abuse of power is believed. So why are you now surprised if somebody has power is abusing it? It is part of our culture. If I pour water on my child pour water on the ground, I will say, go. If me I pour water on the ground, nothing will happen. If my child talks, shut up there. Who are you to correct me? It is power. We intrinsically believe that if I have more power than you,
whatever you do is right.
I can be over you. We are a class society. Nigerians will never be happy if Nigeria is like UK. It's not possible.
Everybody.
And that's why most of us that are here, they see something that we are pursuing. Because if we are saying Nigeria is bad, and this is a good system, we should be resting here. We should follow what they are doing. All of us should just do 3 shifts a day and die here and let them take us to. No. Because that is who we are. And every Nigeria wants to blow. There is no single Nigeria, even the one in the street begging. He has a vision to have money. There is nobody that is accepting their place.
Their situationship.
It is not that way. We are not trained that way. And that is what is driving us. So our drive will be different. Our results will be different. You are not going to be comparing with somebody here. They are not thinking of something that magic will happen. They know what they work is what they will get. So their thinking is about what they are working. Nobody is thinking. I was speaking with one of my colleagues who happens to be British. And he was saying that it's already too late for him to be a millionaire. You know, as a Nigerian, it did me somehow that why are you saying something negative to yourself? But you know what? It is what is imbued in me that is talking.
Yes.
This lady, and she explained to me. She said, he gave me the average age of the people become billionaire in this country. Yeah, she has passed it. She is asking me, what will I do? He said, I'm not playing lottery. I am a support worker. I cannot be a billionaire. It's not a cause. That is our belief system. So somebody like that will not think of stealing. Because he has agreed with who we are. We are not made that way.
Whatever our condition, situation,
so if
you can still make it.
So if opportunity comes, we need to just change some figure to achieve that aim.
Yes.
Bros, we will do it. You see, that is our belief system. So belief system is what drives people. And if that belief system is common, that's what they call a nation, a society. So all of us really are the same. We are just looking for who to blame. But somehow we want one magical person to just sprout out of us, wow, and be the saint, and now magically change Nigeria.
Which is not possible. Which is not possible.
It's not even, if we see that person, how will he going to even get there?
They will pull him down.
He can't even get there. Because for example, one of the, I believe I like Nigeria. I love my country. And sometimes I've thought about it that I think I will have to do politics. But every time I want to, I've thought of it. I can like politics today. When I see something, I'm like, can I do this? Because I'm stubborn. I am a very stubborn person with my how will I put it, with my belief system. I can't act outside what I believe. I don't know how to do it. At a particular point in time in my life, I'm acting the way I believe. I don't believe something else and I will act in something else because I'm a very intentional person. I'm very, very intentional. It takes time for me to form opinion. And when I form my opinion, it drives how I live my life until I see something else that changes it. So for you to change me, you have to fundamentally change me. So if you cannot fundamentally change me, because I'm coming from a base, I will not change. So how will I now, in a society where you have to, and politics all over the world is about negotiation, it's about compromise. So am I going, and compromise will be determined by that society. Compromise in UK is different from compromise in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They compromise everywhere. Politicians compromise everywhere. Compromise in Nigeria, only the society will determine the level of compromise and the type of compromise. And sometimes when I look at the compromise that it takes to be a politician in Nigeria, I'll look at myself, can I do this thing? Because me, I'm stubborn. I'm a very stubborn person. Not stubborn negatively, but I'm stubborn to my beliefs. And you have to be flexible to be a politician. Sometimes you have to agree with what you don't believe to get to a higher cause, which is not bad, to be fair. Every leader should be like that. So, again, our faith, I don't believe our faith is sealed. No. I believe we are going to grow. I judge development differently.
But
I think we are, in my opinion,
take long.
In my opinion, this is
time.
the situation of Nigeria, in my opinion. We're like somebody who is expecting 100. Because let's say UK is 100 now. The mind of a Nigerian is expecting 100 from government. We used to be 1. I'm coming. I'm just going somewhere. I want to paint a scenario. It's a scenario. We're expecting 100. That's our expectation. Nigerians are very ambitious. More ambitious than these people. Because when we even go to this situation, we were not satisfied. Are we? So our ambition is even more than these people. Nigerians are very ambitious people. And that's not bad. We just have to channel it well. So Nigeria wants 100. Our situation is 1. You know, when you want 100, our situation is 1. Do you know if you get to 5, you will still not see that you are improving?
Yeah.
But because me, I'm a data analyst, I see improvement because I see that if you can go from 1 to 5, you have done 500%. You are moving, but there's a long way to go. Contrary to many people, Nigeria is getting better. That's my belief.
It's getting better.
Only that it's just on it because it is not, Nigeria is not getting better at the trajectory of the Nigerian expectation. That's the issue.
Yeah.
It's not going at the pace of our expectation. But when I looked at how we used to be,
our expectation is here. Nigeria is.
So we are moving, and now you can't do what you can do now. We are moving because I know where we used to be. I'm a very young person. I'm in my mid-30s, but I've been, according to my uncles and aunties, I've been very interested in reading newspapers since I was 7. So I've been really involved. I've been reading newspapers at least. I've been going to newspapers since I was 11, debating with my people that are old enough to give. So I've been involved in politics, governance, economics conversation. I've been very interested in it. The first time I read about economics, I was not in secondary school. It was because I read in the newspaper and I had to go and study it. I'm that kind of a person. So I have seen how we have changed
over the years.
But people can't see it because people measure change based on how they feel. I'm not like that. I'm a very unemotional person.
You tell us?
I measure change from where we used to be. In fact, the fact that we can now even abuse our leaders is a change. There was a time you can't do that in Nigeria.
That is one.
You abuse Abacha. There is a way you will abuse Obasanjo. You will enter somewhere. Things are changing. Nigerians are getting hood. Now our government are explaining tire. There is this sense of you have to explain now. It doesn't used to be like that.
Because of social media.
Whether social media or not, it's changing. They could block the social media now. We have a government that banned Twitter.
Yes.
But there was a pressure on it. It's a level of change. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's everything we want.
Yes.
We are changing. We are changing. People are not me. I'm a data analyst, like I said. Yeah. I know how to see 1 going to 5 as change. Somebody who is looking at 100 will not see change. It's just his emotion, because the emotion is not right up.
Yeah.
I'm not an emotional person. I'm a fact-based person. So I can see how we have changed a lot. A lot has changed about us. A lot. Now, do you know, even in terms of the way we practice religion, even everything has changed a lot. Only that
we can now call our men of God.
whether that is good or bad, I don't know.
still
But I'm just saying that things are
before we
changing.
don't
Things
say
are
we
changing,
sacred.
but we don't know how to notice change. That's another problem. And we don't know how to appreciate change. You know, when you notice change, you can always take advantage of it. Me, somebody like me now, I can now live in Nigeria well because I have, number one, understand who we are. I am not expecting too much. That's why I'm not disappointed. I'm not the person that is disappointed because I don't expect beyond what we can do. So I'm not disappointed. As compared to most people, I am not disappointed in Nigeria.
But don't you think the way we have high expectation,
Yeah,
we kind of is a positive is
positive.
something positive.
But you can,
Because if we remain docile,
it,
appreciate every 1% of change, I think that makes it we move from 1 to 5 because
forever.
of that
It takes
high.
forever for us to get 200.
But if we are that docile, I think we will be moving from 1 to 1.5,
Yeah,
1.5 to
I get your point.
1.6. Do you understand?
I believe it's positive. I believe
So-
our culture that propels us. That's why they say Nigeria they carry last. That culture that propels us to be better is a very good thing. But you have to match that ambition with the right action. That's my issue. Our ambition is far from who we are. We want what is not possible based on who we are.
Like,
Just like everything I've been saying. What we are doing, we are expecting a result that requires a different lifestyle that we are not ready to change.
yeah.
So why are we expecting that? That's why I said that. That's why I'm different. I have agreed with who we are. I have no problem with an average Nigerian. Before, let me tell you, when I was in Nigeria, when I was very young in Nigeria, when I was much younger, in my early 20s, people used to hate me. Most people I work with hate me because I was very Western. If you call a meeting 10, you will meet me there. I'll be there by 10.
10.
And if you say it's 2, if you say meeting is 10 to 2, I'll be there by 10. You know, but normal typical Nigeria, you say everybody will go there by 12, I will not see anything. That's how they don't like him. I will not see anything. But maybe the thing will not start 1:30. Once it's 2, I'll carry my bag and leave. Because I feel this nonsense. I'm a very time person. I used to be very.
You're working against
So I'm like that.
Yes.
And I've been like that for a long time. In fact, when I want to, one of the things that made me choose my wife is time. My wife finished before me. I cannot cope with people who waste time. I can't cope. Wow. One of the reasons. That's why I say value. You have to work based on your value system. I have to choose a wife that matches my value system.
It's true.
So I know that it would be while I cannot cope with somebody. My wife is even now faster than me. You can imagine my wife finish if there are rare time when we are going at I finish before my wife. Very rare. So I know. So but now that what has changed about me, I have agreed with who we
So
are.
you cannot go things. You can
This
go
is what I
late.
do. No, I won't go late. No, because I will not change who I am for you. I'm a very stubborn person.
Yes.
I will go, if you call a meeting, you can ask everybody that's invited me, they can attest to this. Because sometimes they will invite me to party, they will say 10, they will be surprised to see me. I'm like, you say 3, I'm here 3, you are surprised that you're saying me 3. So if you call something 3 o'clock, what I will do, I will get there 3. Having a mindset that you will not already know that you will not start, so I will not be disappointed.
But you will
So
be there.
I will be there because of my own value system.
You will be there.
But if I needed to do something, I will plan. So if I know that your meeting, it will affect another thing, I will not call. Or I will tell you when you are telling me that you call it 1, I will get there by 3. You get my point. So I have learned to live with Nigeria because I have understood who we are. I have agreed with who we are.
By compromising, but not changing your values.
So I can live well because I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not expecting too much. The problem we have is we are expecting too much.
And we cannot change the lifestyle.
You want Nigeria to be UK? It's not possible now. You want Nigeria to be like America? Some of them will say, Nigeria, can't you see Singapore? Singapore, are you the same people? Gather, see, leave Nigeria. Bros, I can do this for an example. Gather 5 Nigerians. Just randomly pick 5 Nigerians and try to lead them. And now try to follow due process. Be somebody that you are just doing what we agreed. What are we going to do? We agree on it. Everything, you are a process person. And see if Nigerians will like you. So what are we looking for? You see that we are lying. So that's why I disagree that our problem is bad leadership. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't see the facts. The fact doesn't show me. I might be wrong. Maybe somebody has another fact that if they expose me to, I'll change. But for now, what I see, I don't see. That's why I don't believe they are bad people. Because number one, I've seen them. Some of them are even better than us. I'm not lying to you. The average politician in Nigeria are good people, good human beings. These are they give people. They are, like if you see them in their humanity, because I've seen their human form. Human form. Don't be seeing them. Sometimes when you see governor, wicked people, or you see guys of wicked. I'm saying human, just like me and you.
Yeah.
Am I a bad person? I'm not now. You too, you do what they do, but you don't see yourself as a bad person. So some of them are not bad people.
So, to crown it all we have to do is let's go back. Everybody should reflect on, check your value system, let it match your ambition, where you are going. Maybe, do we need to, maybe each clan or society write down their value system? Let it be like a manual. Everybody should, should follow. With that help.
Really?
Let's start from our primary school, secondary school, tertiary, let it be like an anthem, national anthem.
Really, I don't think it has to be something that is structured, because it did not start in a structured way too. It has to be spontaneous. So it will start with conversations like this.
Yes.
That me and you now, because me and you have listened to this and we agree on this. Next time I see an average Nigerian, like I said, it doesn't start by naming bad leaders now. First, the next time I see an average Nigerian do something that I think is wrong, I correct him. I say, bros, this thing is not good, and we are blaming our leaders. If it grows that way, that's how it's spontaneous. Just the same way now that all of us agree that any leader that does rubbish, we name shame him. If we can just it's something we are already doing. We have already started placing our leaders on. We have started setting bars for them. Now they are explaining. They don't explain tire, because we are raising bar for them. It's simple. Just turn it. It's not something new. It's just to now turn it. Just the same way I will call out Tinubu, call out Fashola, call out Obi, call out Atiku, call out your friend.
Yes. Call out your king.
Call out your husband. I'm not saying
pastor.
Call out your husband outside, within.
Yes.
Oni, what you do is not good. Those are not good values. It's not good. This is what we're going to give to our children. Your children learn good values from you. They will be the change that Nigeria needs.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was a wonderful conversation.
The pleasure is mine.
Yeah, thank you.